Alright, so here I have another video about making the GANs balls. So basically the central suns, they need to be filled with GANs, right? So I have this beautiful CO2 and copper GANs. I don't have the the iron plates in here, the iron GANs, the H3. So I just have, I think, what is GANs, or it's either copper hydroxide or copper oxide. They call it in the Cashier Foundation GANs. I don't know the difference, but I'm just trying it out and seeing if my system will work, and if it does work, yes, then it must know what they're talking about. But basically, I made this pasty to stuff. It doesn't even fall off. Look, it makes a little bit of effort to make it fall off. And what I found is really handy. I've seen people do it with ping pong balls, but what I found is these paintball caps. And basically they have two sides, and they're caps that you can fill with your own stuff, whatever you want to do for your paintball guns. My kids have these, and I had them laying around. They never used it. And basically what they are is they're caps like these. One fits on the other. So what I'm going to do, I don't have the perfect gloves for this. I should put other gloves on. So let me just switch that and put some other gloves on. They're not good grip. But basically these little caps you can fill with GANs. And the beautiful thing about it is that this cap, when it's put together, let me see if I can put one together here. When they're put together, they're actually the same diameter as my coils are. So a ping pong ball is like huge, right? It will stick out way above it, the coils. So instead of doing that, these guys are a nice size, and they're actually the same diameter as the coils are. So you'll see. So I'm going to fill that up. I'm just going to change my gloves and then come back and fill that up and make these 3 balls. So here we are again. I'm going to try to fill these paintball caps in with my GANs. Really nice caps. They fit on each other. They're basically like capsules. And this is another one of my little bottles with my copper and CO2 GANs. Now I don't exactly know the difference between copper oxide or copper hydroxide, but if you look at copper hydroxide on the internet, it's basically the same thing, but they make it with Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate, and whereas this one is made with sea salt and a nano-plated copper plate, whatever nano-coated means. I don't know what nano-coated means either exactly. I've heard Cashier talk about it, but if you look at this stuff compared to like this stuff here, right, this paste, compared to copper hydroxide, it's the same thing, and it's made using the similar structure, but just 2 normal copper plates and Epsom salt. So I don't know, but let's assume it's all right. And this basically is a beautiful turquoise stuff, which is the copper particles, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fill these caps in. I'm going to grab one of these and try the bottom first. And what I do is I basically take let me put this down a little bit more. I'm basically going to take some of this paste, and I'm going to try to fill the cap up like that. Try to get as much in there as I can, and then I'm going to try to clean it off like that. Set it down for a second, and then grab the other one and try to fill that one up as neat as I can. And there we go. And now I'm going to try to fill these 2 together like that, and see if I can close it down the way it's supposed to lock down. That's not locking down the way I would want it to. Make a little shift. Try to get this ball locked in. There we go. There we go. And now I'll just wash it off. Oh, not closed yet. There. And now I'll just wash this off and then do that for all the other balls as well. Alright, that's a GANS filled paintball cap. Alright, so this is the end result. Paintball caps filled with my GANS material, which is, from what I understand of this whole story, basically a combination of copper GANS, zinc GANS, and possibly some CO2. At least the one with the nano-coated copper plate and the zinc plate, and the one with the nano-coated copper plate and the bare copper plate. So that's what I've got, and the result is these 3 suns, or GANS-filled balls, that are the exact diameter of my coils. So I'm really happy with that. Basically made from these paintball caps. Here you have one of the caps to show you one more time. This is just a shell, a male and a female shell. Alright, yin yang, magnetic, gravitational, clicking on. So those are the balls. So I hope that gives you a bit of idea, and that will be, they will be placed obviously in my coils. So when I take my coils, I will be putting this ball in here. Right now it's, there you go. I'll be putting my balls right in there. Okay, hope you enjoyed that video, and see you guys next time.